Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Take a sip of coffee. See who's in here. Let me get on my live chat. Live chat reminder, guys. Melanie Christina was in here earlier. Good morning, Melanie, if you're listening. Mark Denning, Karen Duffy, Beach Bum, Never Lose Hope, Verbal Constipation, Lisa 54, TC, Light Feather, 623, Alex B, Cheryl Lynn. Am I missing anyone? Shug Trotter, good morning, sweetie. Did I say hey to Lisa? Hey, Lisa. I've done said good morning to Lisa, of course. I've done talked to her. Thank you, TC. I just threw together like a little intro video. I'm going to do one that's a little bit better. I was just trying to test it out a little bit. I like it pretty good. It could use some work, of course. So we got quite a few topics to talk about this morning. As always, I can't chat much, but I'm listening. That's okay, Alex. I know you got mommy duties. Shug, I just woke up in time. I'm glad you made it. I went back and watched all your first videos. They were really great. Thank you, Shug. I noticed you commented on like my very first video. Gosh, I used to be really bad at doing videos. I'm still not that great, but I'm a little bit more comfortable now. Hey, Sapphire, welcome to the Cool Kids Club. Coolest club on YouTube. I want to steal It's Randy's Life's little phrase. I noticed Diane's channel and It's Randy's Life, for their members, they're going to be having like a little hangouts get together where, you can video chat with each other. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe we should do something like that. I would love to do something like that because it's private. So maybe we'll try that out. So yesterday there was a press conference. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday morning. Don Lewis's family, Carole Baskin's missing husband. Anyways, his family held a press conference, and I put the press conference up this morning. I'm a little bit scared to leave it up because it was Fox News. So I changed it to unlisted, but I may end up putting that on private because I don't want them to copyright strike me. Anyways, they did a press conference. YouTuber Ripperjack Media was there. I love the Ripper. He has really done a really good job on this case, like digging into it, digging up the documents, and he's really done a lot of good work. But they are offering a $100,000 reward for information about Dawn's disappearance. Also, Dawn's daughters are going to be suing Carole freaking Baskin. It's about time. Also at the press conference, they had a lady. She is a defense attorney that will represent anyone that comes forward with information about Dawn's disappearance. And the reason they're offering that is because, some people may be afraid to come forward because they may, be afraid of facing criminal charges, right? So they're offering that as well. Well, thank you, Sapphire. Glad to have you a part of the community. Here's the kicker, guys. I really enjoyed this. So they put up billboards, right, all around the area. And they got a big billboard right out from Big Cat Rescue's gates. Like you come out of Big Cat Rescue and just a little ways, there's a big billboard. Carole's got to see that every time she comes out of Big Cat Rescue's gates. I love it. Hey, Denise R. Denise, I thought I saw you say hi to me in chat, But I didn't know if you was talking to me or the other CC, the CCK. I never know when I go in chats now if anyone's saying hey to me or not because there's someone else with the name CC. So I'm like, last time I said hey back to someone, they weren't even talking to me. I was like a little embarrassed about that. But oh well. Hey Beth, F, good morning. Yeah, and they straight up said keep posting stuff online because we're going to use it against you, Carole Baskin. Told you, told you, verbs. All those videos was going to be end up used against her. I mean, she talks about Dawn. I mean, she just trash talks him. For the longest time, I was like, why is Carole putting up these videos, trash talking her husband that's disappeared? Everybody thinks she murdered him. And I figured it out. It was to make everybody think that Don had dementia. He was losing his mind. He was cuckoo. That was her goal. Like, that's the only diary entries I'm interested in listening in. The rest of her crap is boring. Hey, Cement Shoes, good morning. Good morning to Melissa, too. Her day's coming, guys. And okay, the lawsuit is like in. They said it was like an equality or something. Something about their rights. I think it's pronounced equity. Let me pull up the article here. I streamed that live. I did it private, of course, didn't put it as public, but some of it I didn't get to listen to because I was fooling with my animals. I'm just going to get in my Discord room where I've got my links and articles. Just look at something. I just want to know more about the lawsuit. It's something about the lawyer said about representing them. Something, I guess, because they got done crappy with the will. Carole Baskin got all of it, but 10%. They got like 10% of it. So anyways, they're going to be suing her for a lot of money. And hopefully they win. And they're going to use all her videos and everything she said online against her. I think they're trying to get her to be deposed, as they call it. Have to testify like at a deposition. Anyways, that's about all with Carole freaking Baskin. Karma's coming to get her butt, and I can't wait. I can't wait. There's 4 handwriting experts, 4 different ones that said Don Lewis's will was forged. Now, she can't be charged criminally for it because the statute of limitations is up. But Don's daughters can sue her, and that's probably what they're doing with this lawsuit, too. And she's going to get her dose of karma. It's coming, guys. It's coming. They will probably win in court because 4 different handwriting experts say it's forged. So I think they got a pretty good case, was my point. I lost my train of thought. Hey, Turquoise Kitten. I just love your name, girl. Cute picture, by the way. Also, I seen that they released some photos in the Crystal Rogers case. I want to call her Rogers with a D, Rodgers. I actually had that in a title the other day, and someone brought it to my attention. I had misspelled the name, which I'm glad that they did. course. I pity the poor folks having to go through all those videos. Yeah, they're going to die of boredom. Hey, Mandy. I just love your kitty, Mandy. It's so cute. Okay. I'm in my Discord room, but the Discord app is hard to use like on a Chromebook. Let me just click on this link. We're going to look. They had some surveillance images that's connected to Crystal Rogers' disappearance. I never can pronounce her ex's name right. I think it's Hausk or Hotsk, something like that. It says the FBI has released new surveillance images showing several vehicles located at points of interest in the ongoing investigation of missing Kentucky mom Crystal Rogers. FBI spokesperson Timothy Beam told the Lexington Herald-Leader that the agency needs help identifying the drivers of the vehicles seen in the two photos. Beam said these drivers may have information about Crystal's 2015 disappearance in Nelson County. Crystal Rogers was reported missing by her mother on July 3, 2015. 2 days later, her car was found abandoned with a flat tire on the Bluegrass Parkway. Her keys, phone, and purse were inside the vehicle. The first images apparently show a white SUV, a red SUV, driving near the My Old Kentucky Home campground in Bardstown. The second photo, taken at 3:45 a.m. on July 4, 2015, shows an unidentified vehicle on Balltown Road, located near the Paschal Ballard Road intersection. Okay, here's the photos. Let me see if I can take those stupid advertisements down. Okay. So there's the day photo. There's a red and white vehicle, and then the other one's at night. So I think this is, pretty close to where, didn't they find some remains in this area? And they haven't said for sure if it's crystals or not. It says the FBI took over the investigation following news that human remains were found on the Washington-Nelson County line on July 23rd. Authorities have not yet confirmed whether the remains belong to Rogers. Well, that answers my question. Rogers' ex-boyfriend, Brooks Hausk, was reportedly the last person to see her alive. A year after Crystal's disappearance, her ex-boyfriend's brother, Nick Hausk, was fired from the Bardstown Police Department for allegedly interfering with the investigation. Last week, the agency executed search warrants at Brooks' home, in addition to Nick's residence and the family farm. All three locations are located in Bardstown. Reports indicated that the human remains discovered last month were located 4 miles from the House family farm, where authorities believe the missing mother of 5 was last seen alive. Guys, I bet you anything that those are her remains. If they weren't her remains, wouldn't they just come out and have said it by now? I mean, like, it's been a month. They've had time to do like DNA testing, I'm sure. But it says there's a $25,000 reward being offered for information that leads to Crystal Rogers' discovery. And you know what's so strange is that someone shot her dad a year after, I think it was like a year after her disappearance. Someone shot him. And I'm pretty sure they don't know who it was. But I believe it's got something to do with Crystal's disappearance. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if Nick and Brooks shot him. I mean, that's just, a theory, my thoughts on it. I have no proof of that, but Something's fishy here. Crystal goes missing. Her dad's out looking for answers, um, making sure the public don't forget about Crystal being gone. And then he ends up, someone shoots him. I believe it won't be long before they arrest those two. I think Brooks's brother, Nick, I don't know if he participated in murdering Crystal, but I think he helped his brother cover it up. She was last seen, police believe, at that family farm, and then they discover remains 4 miles from that family farm. Is this close to where you live, Cece? No, this is quite a ways for me. Hey, Donna. Donna Marie, she's a big Annabelle fan. I got to get a Funny Farm video up on Sunny's channel. I've been lazy. Hey, Michelle P. Crystal's mom spoke for the first time, according to WLKY station, which was posted 11 hours ago. Oh, really, Remy? Let me see. Let me get on my phone here. Crystal was a very pretty lady. We're going to be talking about another missing mom here in a minute. Strange case. Okay, I see it. Thank you, Remy. Crystal Rogers' mom speaks for the first time since FBI took over investigation. Okay. Sherry Ballard has been asking for the FBI to take over the investigation into the disappearance of her daughter, Crystal Rogers, since the start of the case. I've waited 5 years for this, Rogers said. Ballard finally got, I think they made a mistake there. I don't think her last name's Rogers. It's Ballard. So, my bad. Sherry Ballard finally got her wish last week when the FBI announced it was taking over as lead investigator in the case. It's a move she hopes will finally lead to some answers. Of course, Crystal was 35 years old when she was reported missing by her mother 5 years ago. She hasn't been heard from since. She disappeared July 3rd, 2015. 2 days later, her car was found abandoned with a flat tire on the Bluegrass Parkway, with her keys, phone, purse still inside. Since the mother of 5 disappeared, the only suspect ever named has been her boyfriend at the time, Brooks Houck. I think it said Houck, with whom she shares a child. He has never been charged. And her mom says, maybe deep down, I'm scared of what I'm going to find out. But at the same time, I want to know, Sherry Ballard said. More than 150 agents raided several properties in Bardstown Thursday. 3 family members, Brooks, Nick, and their mom. What's their mom's name? I think it's Sherry something. She also says, I pray that it's, okay, so they're talking about the remains that was found 4 miles from the Houck family farm. And she says, I pray that it's my daughter, and at the same time, I turn around and I feel guilty because I prayed for that, Sherry Ballard said. Sherry said the last 5 years without answers have been tough. The loss of her husband, Tommy Ballard, only added to it after he was shot by an unknown person while hunting in 2016. It's a case that has also remained unsolved. Our whole life changed when that happened to my husband and my daughter. We've had to learn how to live all over again, a totally different life, Ballard said. But Ballard's quest for justice has kept her going. I promised my husband and daughter that I would do everything in my power to get them justice, and that's just what I have to do, Ballard said. The FBI page dedicated to the case has already received a number of new tips since it launched last week. Federal agents spent Monday evening going door to door interviewing people who live on Lookout Court. One of them was Angela Brady. Brady believes it's more about who used to live on this street, Brooke's sister. That drew agents there. I said, yes, I've lived there for 13 years. I've lived here when the sister was here, so I figured that's what they were there for, Brady said. Okay, so she said that Brooke's sister moved out about 3 years ago, but wasn't at all surprised when the FBI showed up on her evening walk, she said. I'm telling you, they're putting the heat on these two guys. I bet they're scared to death. They're getting ready to charge them with murder, I believe. Last week should have been a long time ago. I know. I don't know what has been the holdup. I guess, they needed to locate her body. They probably didn't have much evidence to go on. Maybe they're just now getting the evidence they need. Hey, soccer mom of one. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Barry Mary. If I missed saying hi to anyone, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I'm hoping and praying that, I believe Crystal is deceased, so I'm hoping and praying that this is her remains. So they can, her family can get closure, she can get a proper burial, and they can tell what happened to her. If she was like shot in the head or anything, they should be able to tell. Like her skull, would have a hole in it. They should be able to tell. They can tell anything this day and time. Thank goodness. Okay, so let's talk about Marilane Carter. Marilane Carter is from Kansas. She went missing. She was driving from Kansas to Birmingham. She's a pastor's wife. She was going to Birmingham to see some family and friends and get some mental health help. So I think she may have been going to go check in somewhere. But she just disappeared. The last time, this was on August 1st when she left for her trip. Let me get my notes here. She's 36 years old. Let me get her pulled up first. She's 36 years old. Her husband was talking to her on the phone. I think she was heading towards Memphis at that time. And her phone went dead. And no one has been able to reach her since. What's her husband's name? Adam Carter. And like her family's desperate. She's got little kids, and her little kids are crying for her at night. I got a feeling that this girl took off. I think that she's okay, but from what I can read here, I mean, of course I could be wrong, but I just got a feeling that she's okay. And I'm going to tell you why. Because her credit card was used in Arkansas. The last time anyone heard from her, she was in Memphis. Also, she was on security footage at a motel in West Plain, Missouri. But I'm going to read all this to you guys, because I get stuff I'm all over the place. So there she is. It says police are continuing to the search for a Kansas woman, Marilane Carter, who disappeared while on her way to Alabama. Her husband says she would have never willingly left her 3 young children without checking in. Marilane Carter, 36, was last seen leaving her home in Overland Park, Kansas, around 8:15 p.m. on August 1st, on her way to visit her family in Birmingham, Alabama. Security footage showed her checking into a hotel in Equality Inn in West Plains, Missouri on Saturday night, but she only stayed there 3 hours. Her family last heard from her by phone late Sunday when she was in Memphis, Tennessee. Her husband said, I just told our 3 kids to pray for mommy. We're going to find her. It might take a few days, Marilane's husband, Adam Carter, told ABC 9. Adam Carter said his wife's cell phone died while they were talking. At the time, she was close to the I-55 bridge as she drove into Memphis. Carter then called her mother, but again, her cell phone died. No one has heard from Marilane since, but Adam said he received a tip that she was at a Shell gas station in DeSoto County, Mississippi, Monday morning, around 25 miles from where her cell phone last pinged. A woman at the gas station said she helped Marilane get gas, then watched her walk into the bathroom with a backpack on. Marilane's last credit card transaction, however, happened at the gas station in West Memphis, Arkansas. None of her cards have been used, according to the Overland Park. Oh, I guess it's saying that it happened in her last transactions. I was confused. I thought it meant there was a place in Arkansas called West Memphis. Gosh, I'm dinky. But it's saying it was used in West Memphis and then in Arkansas, I guess. Prayers to their mom. Hope you're feeling better. TC, I feel she's okay. I feel that she is okay too. Okay, so he goes on to say, we showed them pictures of her and they felt like they had definitely seen her, he said. Oh, I guess he's talking about the people at the Shell gas station. He said that his wife planned to get mental health treatment in Birmingham, where her parents lived. Marilane Carter was having sleep issues and needed help. She was also supposed to meet her newborn niece. She was seeking mental health care and didn't want to go any place in Kansas City, but she wanted to go to a place she was familiar with. I bet she used this as an excuse to run off. An excuse to get out of the house and run off. She probably does have some mental health things going on, of course, but I think that she has run off. I hope that they can locate her safe and sound, but if she doesn't want to go home, she doesn't have to. I hate it for the kids. I don't know, Donna. I was confused for that. It just said West Memphis, Arkansas. I didn't know West Memphis was in Arkansas. I'm dingy. Okay, it says she's driven that route several times, so she knew the way. Adam Carter, who's the head pastor of Leawood Baptist Church in Kansas, is relying on the power of prayer to bring his wife home. He said their relationship was loving with no marital issues. Well, you know what? You can have a good marriage, but everybody argues. Nobody's life is perfect. I heard a doctor say the other day that when she sees people portraying like they got the perfect life and family, nothing ever goes wrong, she said red flags immediately go up for her. Because everybody has little spats. Everything's not perfect all the time. Yes, West Memphis, Arkansas. Okay, thank you, Donna. Thank you. So that's the last place her credit card was used in, was in Arkansas. It's a lot of pressure being a pastor's wife. Yes, I would say so. Because everybody's always looking at you, looking what you're wearing in church, looking at the way you're acting, every little move you make, judging you. You're not supposed to judge people according to the 10 Commandments, but people do. Would any of us rely on prayer to get our spouse back? No, not just on prayer. I'd be praying, but I'd be taking action. I mean, I wonder if he's driven that route and just went out looking around or what. I mean, I know they got small kids, but he's got to take care of. But he could get, family friend to watch them. I wouldn't want a loved one to make that drive with mental health issues. No. See, he's saying that she never would have willingly left her kids like that and not answered the phone. But, I don't guess he's realizing she's got mental health issues. She's not her normal self, because, she's not on medication, evidently. Hey, Booze Love. West Memphis, Arkansas is where the Three Forgotten and the West Memphis Three happened. Guys, I learned something new today. I didn't know West Memphis was in Arkansas. I thought it was in Tennessee. I know I sound dumb. Well, I just hope that they find her and they locate her and she gets the help that she needs for her mental health issues she's having. Not sleeping can take a toll on your body, of course. Body needs sleep. I just hope that they find her safe and sound. Okay, let me get to my notes here. So much craziness going on in the world, guys. Got another hot car death. Hey, Tremaine, the forecast for today's weather, 90. Now let's turn to our star reporter, CC and Beach Bum. I'm Tremaine, and you're watching MSNBC. Thank you, Tremaine, for the super chat. You're sweet. Thank you. It's going to be hot here today, too. Let me get to these weirdos' pictures. Let me get back into my little room here. I was looking to see if Timothy was asleep. He's in here with me. Yeah, there was a 3-year-old that died in a hot car. The parents have been arrested. They do think this was an accident, but they've been charged with manslaughter because the sheriff said, they weren't good parents, basically. They was neglecting this child. They said they last seen it, I believe, at midnight. Couldn't find him. Found him in the car. Let me go here and read it. Parents arrested after toddler son is found dead in hot car on 90-degree day. Look at those two losers. Look like y'all been crying. You need to cry some more. Assholes. An Alabama couple is facing criminal charges for the death of their toddler son, who police said was found dead Sunday in a hot car. Officers were dispatched to Hodges around 4 p.m. amid reports of an unresponsive 3-year-old in a car. Franklin County Police said in a statement that EMS attempted to resuscitate the boy, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The boy's parents, Dakota Fowler, 20, Brandy Burks, 21, reportedly claimed they last saw their child at midnight when they put him in bed. When they woke up at 3 p.m., they were unable to find their son and discovered him in the car, according to police. What kind of parents sleep till 3 p.m.? My son, he was always up probably 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning. Sorry, asses. The little boy's name is Bentley Bowler. I think that's how you say it. Temperatures in Hodges reached 93 degrees Sunday. Though Fowler and Burks were arrested and charged with manslaughter, Franklin County Sheriff Shannon Oliver described their son's death as an accident. No, that's not no accident. Not in my mind. I don't feel there was any intent there. I think it was neglect, which sadly cost the little guy's life. How do you guys feel about that right there? I don't really like that statement. Might not be an intent, but you're supposed to take care of your kids properly. You don't sleep till 3 p.m. The little feller probably got up and was hungry. You need latches where little kids can't reach them, like at the top of your door, an extra latch, and keep latch so, like if you're in the shower or something, they can't get out the door and lock it. Nope, no accident, neglect, yes. This kid was probably neglected a lot, as you can tell. They slept till 3 p.m. Little kids get up and they're hungry. Probably didn't have nothing to eat or drink that day. Got in that car and couldn't get back out. Bless his little heart. I love his name, Bentley. So they're both charged with manslaughter. Breaks my heart too, Michelle. 15 kids have died this year in hot car deaths. In 2019, 50 kids died of hot car deaths. Please, guys, keep your vehicles locked. Keep your keys up away from the little ones. I have jingle bells on my door and door and window alarms cost $20 on Amazon. Remy, that's such a good idea. The little jingle bells. You can actually get those back in the craft section or during Christmas time. Of course, they sell them. And you hang on your door and they jingle, the little bells. I thought about getting Annabelle a bell and putting on her collar, but I thought that might be aggravating her hear that all day walking. My son has a friend with that name. He's only 7. Oh, really, Michelle? It's such a cute name. I love it. At least his little grandson's name. I won't say his name, but it's really cute too. Some of these poor little kids, they don't got a chance at life, guys. Uh-oh, guys. Here's something about Suzanne Morphew. It wasn't on my list, but caught my eye. In my mind, when someone's missing and one of the family members won't take a polygraph, it's a big red flag. In my mind, that shows guilt. Because if someone's your family's missing, wouldn't you do everything in your power to help try to find them? Okay. Husband of missing Suzanne Morphew refused polygraph test. Truck data doesn't line up with alibi, family member says. Relatives of missing Colorado mother Suzanne Morphew are concerned that Suzanne's husband, Barry Morphew, might know more than he is telling investigators. A relative of Suzanne spoke to Fox 21 News about the ongoing investigation into Suzanne's disappearance 3 months ago. The Indiana native, who moved to Chaffee County, Colorado, with her family in recent years, was reported missing on Mother's Day when she did not return from an apparent bike ride that morning. A bike that authorities have never confirmed, though no non-police sources said early in the investigation that Suzanne's bike had been found. A family member who spoke on the condition of anonymity, I think it's how you say it, told the news station that Barry Morphew had twice refused a polygraph test and claimed that data from his pickup truck did not match what he told investigators. Morphew has his own landscaping business and is a volunteer firefighter. Authorities, I don't know how you say this county, authorities in Chaffee County have not commented publicly on Barry Morphew's whereabouts on the weekend Suzanne went missing. Earlier in the investigation, there were conflicting reports about where Suzanne's husband was on Mother's Day weekend, when the couple's 2 daughters were reportedly out of town. Initially, some sources reported that Barry was at a firefighter training workshop. The Chaffee County Fire Chief told Crime Online this spring that he was unaware of any firefighter trainings sponsored by his department that week. He said he believed Barry had been working at a landscaping job in Denver when his wife went missing. According to Fox 21 News report, that's also what Barry told family about his whereabouts the weekend that Suzanne disappeared. Their daughters are really pretty, aren't they? They look like a combination of Suzanne and Barry. I kind of think they look more like Barry myself. Fox 21 News report does not elaborate on how the data from Barry's truck purportedly conflicts with what he told police. Crime Online has requested further specifics about a critical analysis test that Barry declined, according to the relative's account. Hold on. In May, Crime Online spoke to a relative of Suzanne's who requested to remain anonymous. The relative said that Suzanne's extended family was in the dark about the missing persons investigation. They also said that while Suzanne and Barry seemed like a happy couple, sometimes we don't know people as well as we think we do. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. The relative also said that Barry Morphew could be somewhat controlling and indicated that Suzanne, who had been treated for cancer, may not have been as enthusiastic about the move as her husband was. The move to Colorado. He's been in charge of what happens for a long time, the family member said. According to Fox 21 News, the Chaffee County Sheriff's Department declined to comment on the family member's new claims about Barry Morphew's cooperation. And they're asking anyone with information to call the sheriff's office. Oh my goodness. Getting very, very suspicious of Barry. Well, I've been suspicious of him. At first, I didn't want to believe his involvement, but I think it's a good possibility he knows what happened to Suzanne. If he didn't know what happened to Suzanne and he was really out of town, why didn't he take a polygraph? Now, this is all hearsay based on what I read here. That's just what a family member is saying, but why would they lie on him? Why would they lie that he refused a polygraph? Some people only show what they want you to show, if that makes sense. Well, yeah, and especially on social media. People can, pick and choose what they show you. And also, when you meet them out, of course, people's usually on their best behavior in front of people. It's kind of like Chris Watts and Shanann Watts. On social media, you would have thought they had the perfect life. But really, there was tons of problems in the marriage. I'm not quite sure if Shanann realized how many problems they actually did have in their marriage, just to be honest. I think that Chris kept a lot of his feelings from her. The daughters have a different lawyer to Barry. Really. I saw a video. I have not watched it, but of course I'm subscribed to Plunder. I want to go look at that real quick. But they said that Barry may have saw Suzanne on Mother's Day morning, like at 5-something in the morning. Let me just get to that channel because I just glanced at the title and I meant to go back and watch it, but I didn't. Now I don't even see the video. Yeah, I'm just wondering, does anyone know when he said he left for Denver? Like, what day did he exactly leave for Denver? He's not cooperating, and he's lawyered up. The statement he did put out was late and unemotional. Yeah, after I went back and I listened to that statement again the other day, and, he's like, oh, Suzanne, That I don't know if that's the way he talks or what. It is kind of weird the way he said that. Yeah, I mean, if your loved one's missing, you're going to do everything in your power to cooperate, right, Beach Bum? If you've got nothing to hide, then you don't have to worry about a lie detector test. I know lie detectors can be wrong sometimes. Like I get that, but I think for the most part, they're accurate. I have seen someone on a documentary who passed a lie detector test and they was guilty of sin. Passed it with flying colors. So yeah, that's why they're what inadmissible in court because they can be wrong. It's her best friend that is giving all this information now, and Barry did see her at 5:30 in the morning. I thought that Barry left out of town like on a Friday night or Saturday because they always say he was out of town that weekend. So that made me think like he must have left on a Friday or a Saturday. So here's what, guys. If he last saw her like at 5:30 in the morning, it's a good possibility he did something to her, went and planted her bike to make it look like she went on a bike ride, and went and got rid of her body. Do you remember that woman coming out and saying that the property beside of her that Barry had access to, she was awoken by loud noises at night and equipment running? And she asked the guys like the next day that worked there, hey, you know, were y'all here running equipment? They were like, no, but they did say they do hide equipment keys there in certain places. So that could have been him. But authorities have searched there and they didn't find anything. That is so weird. He said he left her in bed around 5 a.m. that morning and went to work. Reminds me of someone else, Chris Watts, in my opinion. Oh, Mandy, that really does sound like Chris Watts. I think it was Saturday. The Watts movie was on Lifetime. I had been watching the Jodi Arias movie. Then it came on afterwards, so I just sat there and watched it again as I was cleaning. But yeah, they did a bad job on that. They sure did. Um, if you got Hulu, you can watch that Cellmate Secrets that I watched about Jodi Arias. It reminded me talking about Lifetime. Yeah, you can go to Lifetime's website, and if you got like a TV provider like Xfinity, Hulu, all that, you can log into your accounts and watch that. He got rid of her before he even left to go out of town. Yeah, Shug, I believe that too now. Look, someone said her brakes were locked up on her bike. And I would love to know if authorities really did find her bike, if the brakes are locked up. Her brakes could have been locked up, of course, and she fixed them since she's rode bikes for a long time. She may have known how to fix them. Who knows? But I think one of her family members said they were locked up. Go get some coffee. I'll be right back, okay? Let me get over here to my StreamYards real quick and mute, and we'll talk some more about this when I get back. StreamYards is acting weird. It's almost like it's froze up. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. My coffee was cold. Um, are you buffering, CC? I don't know if I'm buffering now or not. I can't tell. Can you guys still hear me? Where did the story of the bike ride come from anyway? She was supposedly asleep when he left. Well, I think Barry's nephew um, came out and said that police found the bike. He told a news reporter that. And then the police were kind of upset that he told that, I heard. And so they asked him not to speak to the media anymore. Okay. Well, I muted for a second and ran and got coffee. I don't know if y'all heard me. It might have been freezing up when I was like, oh, I'm going to run and get some coffee. Let's see what else that they're saying this morning. I mean, if I was in Barry's situation and I was innocent, I'd cooperate, do everything I could to help, and plus clear my name from people thinking I was involved. I just hate it for their kids if it turns out Barry's involved. It's going to make it so much worse on them. It's already bad. But if if it comes out it's their father that killed their mother, it's going to be terrible. 10 times harder on them. It's already going to be hard enough, right? Okay. Let me see if my chat's still working here. Okay. I found another article I just wanted to see. Here's something. Suzanne's family speaks out 3 months after her disappearance. Hold on a minute. We'll see if we can play it. I don't know if it was going to play. I had a news clip here. It's not playing it, though.
Now, the third month, Fox 21 has tracked the disappearance of a Chaffee County woman. Suzanne Morphew, wife and mother of 2, was reported missing on May 10th, Mother's Day.
And for the first time since that day, Suzanne's family is talking to Fox 21's Lauren Sharp. Now, Lauren, what did you learn from those conversations?
Scott and Taylor, a member of Suzanne's family, is concerned that Barry, Suzanne's husband, hasn't told investigators everything he knows. Her family wants everyone to shine a bright light tonight, like the ones you see behind me, to remind the public that she is still missing and just how much she's loved.
We'll do whatever it takes to bring you back.
For the first time, one of Suzanne Morphew's family members is talking to Fox 21 News. They want to stay anonymous, but say they're worried Suzanne's husband, Barry, is tampering with the investigation. This family member says Barry refused 2 polygraph tests and a critical analysis test. The family member also says data collected from Barry's truck doesn't match up with the information he gave investigators. As of Monday night, no clarification was offered on any of that information by the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office.
Everybody likes Suzanne. It was never like a popularity thing with her. It's just everybody liked her. Very calm, sweet demeanor. Yeah, I mean, just that girl that everybody likes. She never tried to get noticed or something. She had a natural beauty about her.
Michelle Davis says she and Suzanne grew up together. They attended the same church and they struggled together, both dealing with cancer, each offering the other strength on treatment days.
Getting to go through this journey of cancer to see where God had led us. And I remember she said that had encouraged her that day because she was at a low point, or like just not depressed or anything, don't misconstrue my words, that she was just having, it was encouraging words for her that day to get to go through this together. So
Suzanne's family says she beat non-Hodgkin's lymphoma the first time in her late teens. The doctors saying then the harsh treatment likely meant children wouldn't be in her future.
She lost her hair back then, because I remember her getting the wig and whatnot. She did talk about that during our conversations too, that she didn't expect to lose her hair this time, but she said it just thinned a little bit. That I did lose my hair, but she was telling me that it wasn't losing the hair that was the hard part. It was others treating you differently, or the way other people looked at you.
Another church friend says, quote, "I pray for Suzanne and for Mal, Macy, and Barry that the truth will come out regardless of what that truth is. We have assurance that if Suzanne has already passed away from this earth, that we will see her again in heaven," end quote. Holly Burnham thinking now of Suzanne's daughters. They're friends with her own children.
She's lots of fun, likes to do things with the girls. That's why I don't think that she would have left on her own. Those girls mean too much to her to do that.
Throughout Suzanne's life, friends say faith has carried her through. Now they're leaning on faith as they wait to learn more.
This whole thing is just shocking to think that somebody you knew has disappeared out of clear blue.
Today, investigators were handing out flyers and asking anyone with information to call the tip line. So far, 700 tips have been collected. I have reached out to Barry many times for an interview or a statement, but haven't heard back. There will be more pictures from people sharing their lights for Suzanne on our website, as well as the full quotes from friends. Guys, mystery that we...
You mean he won't even give a statement, not even through his attorney? And I learned something new listening to that. He's refused 2 polygraph tests. Also learned that Suzanne beat cancer twice. I did not know that. I knew something about cancer once, but I didn't know twice. Like, her family and friends are devastated. That was hard to listen to. It was showing all kinds of different pictures of her as I was playing it. So sad. I think that Barry, it's a good possibility Barry did something to her. I really am believing that now. Especially learning that he last saw her at 5:30 on Mother's Day morning. Then she just totally disappeared. I think he may have done something to her, got rid of her. They could have had an argument. He killed her, got rid of her, and then went to Denver. If he even went to Denver. Hey, Homeward Sailor, if they start with his toes and some pliers, they'll find out what happened pretty soon. Yeah. Yeah, they need to waterboard him, get the truth out of him. Yes, if you refuse a lie detector, red flag. Yeah, and he won't even give a statement to the media, not even like through his attorney. That's a big red flag. And plus, everything else. Plus, they're saying his data from his phone is not matching up with his alibi. Hopefully, they will get a break in this case soon. I got a feeling that they will. I'm hoping and praying this don't turn out to be another Jennifer Dulos case. I don't know if they're ever going to find her. What else was I going to tell y'all this morning? Oh, yeah, before I end this morning, I want to tell y'all about some people torturing some little innocent goats. Let me get back to my chat. I accidentally exited out of it. Had my volume up. Let's see, I'm just reading the chat. He's a liar. That's why he refused a polygraph. Yeah, something's not right with this. I mean, he could not be given a statement and stuff because his attorney told him not to, but him not saying anything, plus refusing polygraphs, it's looking guilty. Hey, Winky. Winky, put a link into your channel. Y'all check out Winky Whispers channel. She does videos, and looks like she's had like some game streams, having fun. You're beautiful, Winky. I saw you in the video the other day. Too bad you can't tap on people's picture anymore and go to their channels. YouTube put a stop to that. Okay. I can't imagine what Suzanne's daughters has been going through. You know, they can't find their mother anywhere. Everybody thinks Barry did something to her. They got to be totally stressed out, just devastated. The rest of her family and friends as well. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get in my Discord and find these damn monsters here. This actually happened in Virginia. Four people got charged for killing goats. So sad. They look evil. You'll not believe what these people did to these little goats. They were taking a baseball bat that had spikes in it, hitting those goats. They filmed it. There was 4 of them involved. There's a woman involved too. 4 charged with abusing goats in Virginia after authorities find video showing gruesome scene. Pieces of shit. Authorities in Virginia said Monday 4 people have been charged in connection with the cell phone video allegedly showing them abusing and killing 2 goats. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office received a tip on June 18th that the individuals living at a home on... I got to click on this to read the full story. Crap, let us have it. Anyways, one of the guys filmed it, and it showed the goats in an fenced-in yard. They were taking a baseball bat that had spikes and hitting the goats as they ran by. The girl, Haley, her name is Haley Morgan, had 2 dogs, and she was commanding that the dogs attack the goats. The goats were killed. Police went to the property. Haley said that she had gotten rid of the goats, but authorities found the goats in the backyard hidden under some boards and some debris. In the video, the goats' faces was messed up. It was just really gruesome. They tortured these goats. Okay. So the man that recorded it, Donald Compton Jr., see, it says Haley Morgan was seen on the video encouraging her 2 large dogs to attack the goats. In the video, the dogs were seen chasing the goats around the area they were contained. And one man, identified as Andrew Hafel, hitting the goats with a large bat with spikes as they ran by him. The animals appeared to be beaten not only with this bat, but also a sharper weapon, which appears to be a large machete, the sheriff's office said. McKinney appears to use an object to cut the neck of one of the goats as it laid on the ground suffering in the video, authorities said. Both goats can be seen with traumatic injuries, specifically to the neck area. The release continued. The goats were collected and sent for a necropsy due to the injuries and the investigation. So they've all been charged with 2 counts of maiming an animal, 2 counts of conspiring to maim and giving a false Well, this one's charged with giving a false identity to law enforcement. Yeah. Okay, so this Compton guy, he was charged with 2 counts of maiming an animal, 2 counts of conspiring to maim, receiving or transferring stolen property, giving false information to law enforcement. Haley Morgan was charged with 2 counts of maiming an animal, 2 counts of conspiring to maim, and 2 counts of causing or permitting animal cruelty. You sons of bitches, somebody ought to hit y'all with a bat with spikes on it. Pissed me off when I saw that. Yeah, it's bad. Sorry, TC. It's graphic. I don't know who could do a little goat or animal that way. My little Annabelle, she's as sweet as she could be. I mean, she's just so cute. This morning when I opened her up, she come out. She was stretching her little fat belly. She's just so cute. Hey, Shannon. Hey, KDF. Yeah, these should be felonies. And well, I think animal cruelty and abuse is a felony now. Sick. These are sick individuals. How could they do that? And one of them cut, like, the goat's throat. Poor little things. They probably went to the flea market and bought them or something. Remember who sold them that goats probably had no idea they was going to torture them. Bless their hearts. That's serial killer stuff. Yeah, how could you get pleasure out of harming goats, animals like that, or kids? Makes me believe in public stoning for some. Yeah. Over there in Singapore, they whip them with a cane pole. That crap hurts, I'd say. That's what needs to be happening to them. She disappeared from Bardstown, Kentucky, KDF, several years ago. She was last seen at her boyfriend's family farm. Oh, thank you, Winky. Yeah, y'all check out my second channel, anyone watching the replay, if you like cute goats and mean roosters. Sonny's been particularly extra mean lately. Little twerp, that's what I call him, little twerp. He's the meanest rooster God ever put on this earth. Oh, thank you, Shug. Yeah, y'all check out Winky Whispers channel. She's a beautiful lady. She's a nice lady. She's been on my channel forever. Been coming in my chat forever. Since I started, seems like. Well, guys, I think I'm going to get off here. I hear Mark outside moving around. He must be getting ready to leave. Anyways, thanks for chatting. Appreciate it. Appreciate all y'all that come in here every day and support me, and everybody that watches the replay and all that good stuff. Shine on cute goats and mean roosters. Yeah. Sonny is mean as crap. I would tell y'all a story about him. I was joking with Mark, but Timothy's in the room. Sonny, he, let me walk in the living room a minute. Mark just left anyways. Uh-oh, Timothy, I see one of the dogs has stole your nerds. So I let Sonny out of the coop this morning, and one of my hens, Little Bit, she had her back turned to him, and she was eating out of the pan. He runs up behind her and just grabs her by the neck and starts breathing her. Anyways, I come home. I was like, that damn rooster raped Little Bit this morning. I mean, to me, that's exactly what he did. I know they're animals, but I was like, rooster, shame on you. Crazy. He's mean as hell. He's very controlling rooster. Very pushy. Anyways, y'all have a good day. I may see y'all a little bit later this evening if all goes well. Anyways, love y'all. Be kind. Peace. If I left anyone out, my apologies. I was on top chat once more. Gosh, I hate that top chat. YouTube just needs to take it off. What's nerds? Katie, if you don't know what nerds are, it's candy. It's little candy. My dog stole Timothy's. Anyways, love y'all. Peace.